at the Baby Elephant Walk, and it will be coming out of this book, Showtime Piano Rock and Roll, Faber Faber, Level 2A. And I'm going to I will show you several different ways to do this. We'll start with exactly as it's written in the book. That will be the easiest way. Then after that, I will show you a left-hand pattern that you can do, a blues boogie type pattern. And then I'll show you how to combine the right-hand melody so that the right hand is playing all of the melody notes while the left hand does that pattern. And after that, we'll do a little improv. So let's take a look inside. So first we've got, just as written, the Baby Elephant Walk with the melody divided between the hands. 5, 6, 7, 8. So that is the most basic way. It's a little easier because it keeps your hand mostly in a 5-finger position. But if you want to get adventurous, I will show you the chord pattern for the left hand. So this is basically a blues form. I know in the book it's written in 24 measures, but if you divide that by 2, it's 12. So a 12-bar blues form, and each measure takes up 2 measures in this version. So we start out doing F, and on their version that will be 8 measures. And then we switch to B flat chord on measure 9 for 4 measures. And then at measure 13 we go back to F for 4 measures. Measure 17 we do C for 2 measures, and then B flat for 2 measures. And then on measure 21 we're back to F. So only 3 chords for the left hand, F, B flat, and C. So here is the first pattern for F. So you do this in quarter notes. Measure 2. Some people like to slide like that. This is probably a more traditional way to do it, but because I was classically trained, I like to use 2 separate fingers for each note. You can do it however you want. So that was the F form, and then on the B flat, do that 4 times, then back to F, and then up to C 2 times. What you're doing, if you want to know the theory behind this, here's an F major chord and here's an F minor chord. The only difference between them is the middle note that we call a third. And so in blues, we oftentimes use both of them. We'll flat the third and we'll bring it back up to normal. And that's what you're doing with this pattern. So 5th, minor third, major third. All right, let's see what that would look like if we're playing them together. So what I'm going to do is play the right hand, use the right hand to play all of the melody notes, and I'm going to leave out these because that would be a bigger challenge than we want to do right now. And I've just come up with the fingering that feels natural to me. You might have a different opinion of how that would go. I'll do a 2-bar intro. So that's the basic idea. I fuzzed a little on a couple of notes, made the rhythm sound a little more like what I remember hearing. And then there's another thing that you can do when it goes to the last B flat chord. So instead of going a little bit more notes, and the same thing here. that gives you a couple of options, adding a few extra notes on those parts. And then actually what they're doing, this is actually the D minor blues scale or the dark blues scale. And it looks like this if you're going straight up and down. And if you wanted to do a little improv, that's what I would use. The secret on improv, if you're feeling intimidated about a lot of notes, you don't actually need to play a lot of notes. What's important is the rhythm and the groove. So if it sounds rhythmic, you can get away without playing much. So you notice all I did was use those notes. You can even get away with less notes than that. As long as you're feeling rhythmic and in the groove, it's going to sound great. So what I would do is practice along with some of these tracks that we've recorded. You can practice playing it exactly as written. You can practice playing the left hand pattern with the right hand melody, and you can practice doing improv over the top. Have fun with it. I'll see you in the next video.